This meeting is called to order. Clerk, please conduct the prayer and the flag salute. Everybody, please stand up.
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase at the front door and move away from the area of the front steps. Can somebody please close the doors back there? Let's see if we can keep the air in here. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, to please sign in on the white sheets provided at the front of the room. If you wish to speak at the public hearing on the 2015 SID budget, please sign in on the purple sheets at the front of the room. White sheets for public meeting, and the purple sheets is for the SID budget. Please turn all cell phones. Nobody here should have a cell phone on. If your cell phone rings, we will collect them and send them away. If you must take a cell, please leave the council chamber far, far away and have a call. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Kalbas.
Here.
Byer.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Brooks.
Here.
Cosby Hurling.
Here.
Sadowski. Midachinko. Yamakaitis.
Here.
Medina. Ms. Hickey.
Here.
Mr. Alvarez.
Here.
A quorum exists. Go ahead.
Sorry about that confusion. I do have it. Just a quick announcement, since we are working today on the skeleton crew, as you can see. Councilman Minichenko had an accident in which he's recovering from a surgery, and he's doing well, and I think he's probably watching us right now. He couldn't make it today because he is in a lot of pain. Mr. Sadowski is absent for personal reasons. Mr. Medina is traveling out of the state for employment purposes. I think he went down to the southern states where he told me it's colder there than it's here. And Mayor Armstead, he is attending presently his daughter's graduation from the National Honor Society. Let's give little Armstead a big hooray there. It's a great accomplishment. Now I need approving the minutes of the April 21st, 2015 and April 28th, 2015 regular meetings. I need a motion, please.
Council President, I ask for approval of the April 21st regular minutes and the April 28th Scout and Government, and ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Kalbas.
Yes.
Byer.
Yes.
Brown.
Abstain.
Brooks.
Yes.
Cosby Hurling.
Yes.
Yamakaitis.
Yes.
Hickey.
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez.
Yes. Presently, we're going to go into the hearing for the Special Improvement District budget. Unfortunately, I don't think they're here. We're going to have Mr. Brown, Councilman Brown, who is a member of the SID, speak on their behalf. Councilman Brown?
Thank you, Council President. Unfortunately, the director usually presents the budget, had an emergency that he could take care of today, so I'll be short in my regards. I do want to say first that for people who don't know, SID is actually a special improvement district that is Wood Avenue all the way down from St. George and a couple of streets past the railroad. So we've had a SID district in the city of Linden, I want to say since the 1980s. I'm extremely proud of the work that they have done. I know sometimes they get criticized where people believe that they're responsible for cleaning up this Wood Avenue, but it's actually the city. And what they've been really doing is working with the city on addressing some of the problems on Wood Avenue, and you know, even offering sometimes to help clean up areas on Wood Avenue and address some of the needs. What the city has done in working with Sid is address the cleanup by, in our municipal budget that was passed, of hiring public work employees and code enforcers to help clean up Wood Avenue, help assist Sid. I just want to thank the members of Sid for the hard work that they have been doing over the years, and you know, they will always continue to have my support for what they have done. As a result, this year's budget that they have is $198,000, or $198,320. This is an increase from last year, due to a tax rate increase that they implemented for the first time, I want to say, in about 20 years. In that budget, there's copies up front. You see most of the expenses will be going towards special projects, project planning and advertising. So money that's being put back on Wood Avenue to enhance it for the next upcoming couple of years. I don't know if anyone had any questions in regards to the budget. So I guess seeing none, I would like to make a motion to close the public hearing and adopt the 2015 Special Improvement District budget as presented, and seek a second.
Second.
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. We have a couple of presentations. We would like to start with Ellie Barbaric. We need Ms. Councilwoman Yemakaitis. The mayor's not here, so I will be taking his place, and of course, I have to be down there for Ellie, so. Nancy, do you want to join us? Anybody else that would like to join us up here?
Mrs. Lukenta.
Mrs. Lukenda? Patty Murgo, Patty? There she is.
We're also asking Chief Dooley, as part of the Linden Fire Department, who was a big part of Eleanor's Linden family for so many years, to also come up. I'd like to also ask Mr. Bodak, who's been Ellie's worked very close with. And I also want to just mention, I have Eleanor's family out here in the audience, as well as some of our 8th Ward Democratic Club members have come tonight to support Ellie. This is a very happy moment for me. One of those moments where you're very happy, but also very sad. So I'm going to read the resolution. George, you could help me if I need some help here. Okay, Ellie, could you just come forward a little bit? Hold on to the podium here.
No tears, no tears.
Okay.
I see my firemen out there.
The firemen,
That's my boys.
they came here tonight. Perfect night for everyone here tonight. I'm very proud of both Ellie and the fire department, so I get the pleasure of doing
Best
two
in the
resolutions.
state.
They are the best in the state. Okay, I'm going to read your resolution now, okay? Whereas the author, Herman Melville, expressed a philosophy that we cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men. And whereas Eleanor Lesotho Barbridge, a lifelong Linden resident, is an exemplary model of this philosophy, having dedicating herself to her family and the Linden community. And whereas born in Linden on 16th Street, attended school number 6, Soule Middle School, graduated from Linden High School, and on September 5th, 1953, married Paul Dave Barbridge, moving to Dennis Place, and whereas she became the mother of David, James, Denise, and Danny, grandmother of 12, and great-grandmother to 10 grandchildren, and whereas Eleanor, or Ellie, as she is affectionately known, has also served her community as a commissioner of the Board of Health, commissioner of the Linden Housing Authority, member of the Community Advisory Panel for Bayway Refinery, Polish War Vets, Retired Police and Firemen's Club, Linden PAL Mother, St. Hedwig Senior Citizens Entertainment Chairperson, Union County Democratic Committee Woman, member of the Linden City Democratic Club and the 8th Ward Democratic Club. And whereas Eleanor Barbage's hard work has earned her numerous recognitions, including serving as the 1998 Linden Marshal of the Pulaski Parade in New York City, being selected as Outstanding Woman of Linden by Senator Nicholas Secretary, and as Gal of the Year by the Linden City Democratic Club. And whereas no matter what task Eleanor was asked to take on, she did so with quite efficiency and dedication, always striving to do what was in the best interest of the community, discharging her duties competently and honorably. And whereas the mayor and council wish to express their gratitude and thanks, and that of the city of Linden, to Eleanor Lesota Barbage for her dedicated and faithful service to the city of Linden. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Linden that they thereby express their deepest appreciation and thanks to Eleanor Lesota Barbage for her dedication in connecting the 1,000 fibers that make Linden the community that it is. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be placed in the minutes of the city council of the city of Linden, and a copy hereof be presented to Ellie Barbage in permanent recognition of the foregoing.
Thank you.
So deserving, Eleanor. George, you want to say?
You want us to squish it and take one? No, no, not for you, Chief. Thank you. Ellie, this is for you.
You know, George, you gave me a beautiful bouquet last month, and I got sick. I couldn't make it, and it lasted such a long time, and thank you again.
Those I found, these are for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, all right, here, somebody take a picture of the chief
Right.
receiving.
Take a picture. Yep, here, hold your.
Want to say anything, Ellie?
My granddaughter's going to read
Okay.
my thing for me.
Eleanor's granddaughter Kelly would like to say a few words for
Danielle,
Danielle. Oh, okay. All blondes.
go in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. Grandma, you want to stand next? So I'm reading this speech as if I am my grandmother. I would like to thank so many people for all of their help and dedication over the many years. To my wonderful sons, David and Jimmy, and my daughter-in-laws, Pat and Carol, son-in-law, Jack, and to my grandchildren, I love you so much, and I'm so proud of all of you. I also want to thank all of you for helping me through the roughest times of my life, that being the passing of my daughter, Denise, son, Danny, and my Dave. To Joe Bodak, who has worked so hard and wears at least 4 hats, always has all the answers, and never says no. He deserves recognition for all that he does, as well as his wife, Chrissy, for all of her contributions. I will miss Nancy, Sandra, and all the vice commissioners, especially Karen, who picked me up and drove me all of the time. Thank you again, Karen. To Mary and Luis and all my CAT members, thank you for being such wonderful people. To my dear friend, Mrs. Ann Ferguson, who has worked so hard for all of her seniors. They are very lucky to have her. She is the best director in New Jersey. To Michelle, who is a wonderful councilwoman who works very hard for the 8th Ward in the city of Linden, as well as Luke, Danny, and Tommy, whom I've adopted as my extended family. I want to thank you for making this club as strong as it is and for always working so hard. I want to thank Patty as well for taking my place as committee person. Thank you to the Ladies Auxiliary of the Knights of Columbus, the Ladies of the Polish Veterans of Post 91, and the St. Teresa's Pulaski Parade. You have all been wonderful. Many thanks to my cousin Gloria and Lenny, my cousin Georgie, and Callahan from the fire department. Also, special thanks to Sandy, Terry, Mary, Josephine, Pauline, and Karen. To my Linden House Diner Breakfast Club, thank you for always being there for me. To my 50-50 buddies, Mindy and George, thank you. Thank you to Mayor Derek Armstead and the council for working together to make a winning team. We want to get ratables to lower our taxes like when John Gregorio was here. I would also like to thank his lovely wife, Marie Gregorio, for all that she has done for this city. I know that Derek will work hard to bring Linden back to the way it should be. From the bottom of my heart, I will never forget this honor. God bless the mayor and the council, and God bless Linden. Thank you.
Look at your fireman. Okay.
Hey, sweetie. Thank you.
Next presentation is to the fire department members for the rescue efforts on December 17th, 2014. Mayor is not here. I will be representing the mayor, Mrs. Yamakaitis, Chief Dooley. And those being recognized, please, can you all come up?
It's a real privilege to present this resolution to the Linden Fire Department. They were honored at the Valor Awards this year for all their efforts. They, as Mrs. Barbich has said, they are the best in the state. And I asked Chief Dooley to please have them come and be acknowledged by the city of Linden as well, so we can let everybody know we're in good hands when it comes to the Linden Fire Department. So I'm honored to present this to you. Whereas, on December 17, 2014, the Linden Fire Department was dispatched to a reported motor vehicle accident on the New Jersey Turnpike, and whereas a tractor-trailer was sideswiped a transit bus, sending off a chain reaction accident that would involve 3 tractor-trailers and 2 commuter buses, and whereas, upon their arrival, they found the rear of the bus heavily damaged, with several injured passengers inside, and whereas they had to use the jaws of life to open up the side of the bus to make patient removal easier so that they could provide triage to all the passengers and for care of the most critically injured. And whereas a total of 10 patients were removed, treated, and transported to area hospitals by the responding EMS units. And whereas all personnel worked quickly and efficiently to triage the scene and worked with other agencies to bring the incident to a successful end. And whereas the Deputy Chief Joseph Dooley, Deputy Chief William Haskell, Captain Wayne Hands, Captain Lauren Kalesa, Captain Brian Krakowski, Lieutenant Todd Felter, Lieutenant Jason Iozzi, firefighters Ryan Gergich, Armando Crespo, Timothy Dos Santos, Jeffrey Jackson, Dominic Principato, Joseph Smigelski, Scott Skolsky, Thomas Weldon, Gregory Ronsky, and Stan Yashe represent the best and the dedication and professionalism that is the Linden Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and the Council of the City of Linden to hereby recognize the bravery and professionalism of all our firefighters here we mentioned in responding to this tragic event and providing a life-saving efforts that ensured a positive outcome for all those affected. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be placed in the minutes of the City Council in permanent recognition of the actions of these heroes as a tribute to the professionalism of the Linden Fire Department and presented to each individual. Congratulations. We're very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay? There we go. I'm going to give it Chief.
I didn't count this up. I got this.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we're going to take a picture.
At this time, we're going to the ordinance on hearing. This is a date and time established for the public hearing for ordinances on hearing. Before having the clerk read the ordinances 59 through 19, call upon, Mrs. Yemakaitis, to remove it from consideration.
Council President, I request that ordinance 5919 be removed from consideration. I request a second.
Second.
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown? Yes. Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. Ordinance 5920.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-33, handicap parking regulations shall be amended as follows. Add to 7-22.1A, handicap parking on street. Add 2609 Griselli Avenue, 1 space. 132 Irene Street, 1 space.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone that wishes to be heard on this ordinance? No? Okay, I need a motion.
Council President, I ask that the hearing is closed and ordinance 5920 be adopted and seek a second.
Second.
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. Ordinance 5921, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $38,500 for the acquisition of firefighting equipment for the fire department and authorizing the issuance of $36,575 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has there been any written communication received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone here that wish to talk about the ordinance? Can I have a motion, please?
Council President, I move that the hearing be closed and ordinance 59-21 be accepted and request a second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. 59-22, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $2,200,000 for acquisition of radio communications system for the police department, and authorizing the issuance of $2,090,000 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost.
Has this ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has there been any written communications received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Come up, please.
Just for some clarification, is this a total revamp of our radio communication system for the 2.2 million?
Mrs. Sack?
Or,
It's for the public safety departments. What it is there's a certain regulation that the FCC is requiring the City of Linden Fire Department especially to address. So this is a citywide effort to upgrade our public communications for police, fire, dispatch, OEM. It's a mandated requirement at some point that we needed to address. The fire department needed it addressed sooner rather than later. And this is something that we'll be able to work in conjunction with the County of Union in regards to this upgrade of our communication system. Chief Dooley just walked in, so he can answer more specific questions, and Chief Schulhafer could definitely answer more specific questions. But for the funding aspect of it, that's what it's for, the funding of the upgrade for the radio communications for the public safety departments.
now, when you say public communications, what does that really consist of? Or the two chiefs can go into that?
I'll refer to either chief, whoever wants to
Okay.
explain that.
Chief Dooley?
Good evening. There are roughly, let's say, call it 4 phases of the program. The first will be buying mobile and portable radios for both the police, fire department, and also OEM. And then the other phase of this is the upgrade of the 911 dispatch center to have their radios be compatible with our radios and improve their dispatching screens.
Thank you, Chief. Can I have a motion for this ordinance, please?
Yes, Council President, I ask that the hearing is closed and ordinance 5922 be adopted and seek a second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Kalbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown? Yes. Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. 59-23, please.
Bond ordinance authorizing various capital improvements for the engineering department, appropriating $478,500 and authorizing the issuance of $454,575 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost.
Has there been any written communication being received?
No, sir.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak on the ordinance? May I have a motion, please?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we close this hearing and adopt ordinance 5923, and I seek a second.
Second.
Mr. Kalbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. 59-24, please.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15, 1995, and approved August 16, 1995. Add Schedule 4-JJ-4.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there any comments from the public? May I have a motion, please?
Council President, I ask the hearing be closed and ordinance 59-24 be adopted and seek a second.
Second.
Mr. Kalbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. 59-25, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 16, Solid Waste Management as follows. Section 16-2.3, Containers for Garbage and Refuse Disposal. Add Section 16-2.3A, Additional Automated Cart Fee, $60 for one additional city-issued cart. Amend Section 16-2.5A, Collection of Garbage and Refuse. Add new section 16-15, violations and penalties.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Have we received any communication?
No, sir.
Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak on this? May I have a motion, please?
Council President, I move ordinance 5925 and seek a second.
Second.
Mr. Kalbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. Communication consent agenda. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Is there any section that wants to be removed? Excuse me? No, not the resolutions, we're not there yet.
Consent.
The consent agenda. All right, can I have a motion, please?
Council President, I'm going to move consent agenda items number 1 through 7 and seek a second.
Second.
Mr. Kalbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown? Yes. Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. We're going to move into committee reports and comments from the government body. Councilman Calvis?
Thank you, Council President. From the License Inspector's Office, the City Clerk's Licensing Division is submitting this monthly report for the month of April 2015. The office issued 516 dog licenses and 67 miscellaneous licenses and collected $9,454. From the City Clerk's Office, from the month of April 2015, there was 320 total transactions. City revenue generated $4,473.17, and state revenue $750 for a grand total of $5,223.17. Personnel Committee report. Number 1, in the Fire Department, the retroactive appointment of Robert Schrump as a firefighter effective May 8, 2015, replacing Ryan Evans at the annual salary of $48,081. Further, Mr. Schrump is hereby granted leave of absence from his permanent title for a period of 1 year from the date of the appointment. Number 2, the approval of FMLA, NJFLA, and unpaid sick leaves for the following personnel. Employee number 100122, FMLA leave from 4/7/15 through 6/7/15. Number 3, the approval of DPW and public property seasonal list, which is on file in the Treasurer's Office. 4, in the municipal court, the retroactive adjustment in salary for Tracy Jones, Jasmine Steele, and Keisha, and then there is no last name, to $15 per hour effective April 28th, 2015 to July 1st, 2015, to be paid from the POAA trust account, and thereafter said salary shall be paid out of the municipal court's salary operating account. I move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Kalbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
I'll abstain on number 1 and yes to the rest.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes.
Thank you. If you need to get in contact with me, my number is 908-925-5568. Concludes my report, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Calvis. Councilman Byer?
Yes, Mr. President, I have one report from engineer. It's about street paving. 5 of the 6 2014 state aid streets are now complete. They are Middlesex Street, East Curtis Street, Park Ave, DeWitt Terrace, and Elmwood Terrace. DeWitt Street will be resurfaced next week. Number 2, Raritan Road from Wood Avenue to Stiles Street will be paved by Union County in late summer. Most of the work will be done at night. And 3, Union County has $1.5 million in grants for the municipalities for infrastructure improvements as a result of the sale of Reynolds Hospital. After reviewing of the criteria, it was decided that to apply to resurface East Blanky Street from Wood Ave to Roselle Street. And that's the end of engineering. I just have one thing, tree planting. If anybody needs a tree planted or like a tree planted in the second ward, give me a call. I think on TV they show you a phone number up in front of you, so my phone number is 908-494-0980. Thank you, Mr. President. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Are you sure your phone number is right there?
Yeah, I think on the TV it's right up front there.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Brown.
Yes. From the Finance and Budget Committee, approvers requested for the following finance actions. The payment of bills totaling $1,164,537.94. The bills have been signed by the mayor, the council president, and the finance chairman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. Item number 2, we are in receipts of investments made by the city treasurer for the month of April at a rate of 0.1499%. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes.
All right. In regards to the third ward, Councilman Byer did mention East Blanky Street is scheduled to be paved from Wood Avenue to Roselle Street, so I want to thank his help for that as part of the chairman of the engineering committee. Also, we just took bids where Todd Place and East Elm Street will be paved as well. These are projects that were supposed to happen 2 years ago, so we should see some increased activity within the next couple of months in the third ward as far as streets being paved. Also want to let residents know, last, I guess, 2 weeks ago in May, we, the first, second, third, fourth ward, we tried to hold a community meeting at the library. Turnout is not what we expected, but this is something that we want to try on an ongoing basis. So the next meeting will be on June 10th. This is a meeting that I asked residents to come participate in. The idea of this meeting, this community meeting, is to get feedback from residents, hear what their concerns are. That helps us do a better job in our wards. Knowing what your concerns are helps us know what we need to do better in our community and better on here in council. So I ask that residents do come out. The next meeting is on June 10th at 6:30 at the library, and this is open to all residents, but I know the first, second, myself, third, and fourth ward council members will be there, and I ask that you come, talk to your neighbors and friends, and come and report.
That's it?
And report.
Thank you, Councilman Brown. Councilman Brooks?
Thank you, Council President. I have some information with regard to activities that are going on at the Gregorial Center, as well as additional information. So please bear with me as I go through it. My first report is from Public Property and Community Services, submitted by Traffic Maintenance Supervisor Tyrone Givens. I hereby submit the monthly financial report for the Division of Transportation and Parking. This report includes a collection of on-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking meters, and merchant parking meters for the month of April 2015. New York, side collection, $6,801.25. Trenton, side collection, $7,176.25. Credit card transactions, $22,731.12. Parking meter collection, $17,599.80. Railroad permits, $225. And merchant permits, $599.56, for a grand total of $55,132.98. With regard to tree planting, the deadline for requests is Monday, June 15th, 2015. If you have any tree planting requests for 2015, please provide them to the chairman and secretary of the Tree Commission no later than 4 p.m. Monday, June 15th, 2015. The deadline was determined by the 2015 meeting of the Shade Tree Commission. You can email your request to jtandul@linden-nj.org. At the John T. Gregorio Center, Zumba and Boogie Box. Are you ready to party yourself into shape? Zumba combines Latin and international music With a fun and effective workout system, Boogie Box is a combination of strength training and cardio done to the hottest dance music around. For adults 18 and older, 10 weeks Thursday evening, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., June 18th, 2015 to August 27th, 2015. No class July 30th. The fee is $40 with a one-time annual insurance fee. Oh, we also have Pilates. Pilates, mind-body exercises that train several muscle groups at once using smooth and continuous movement, teaches body awareness and good posture while improving flexibility and agility. That is a 10-week program, Tuesday evening, 6:30 to 7:30, June 16th through August 25th. No class July 28th. The fee, again, $40. Come join us, senior picnic, beach party theme, June 12th, 2015. Doors open at 11. That's also at the Gregorial Center. And Gregorial Center hours, 2015, Monday through Friday. Building opens at 7 a.m. Office hours, 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. Exercise rooms, 7 a.m. to 4:15. Building closes 4:30. Building reopens on Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Any questions? 908-474-8627. Also, for those residents in the Fourth Ward, a lot of promises with regard to Dr. Martin Luther King Park, and if you've ridden by there, please take a look at it. Both structures have been repainted, doors repainted, tennis court taken care of, clean, nets are up. Great to see kids out there playing football, great to see kids playing basketball, great to see people playing tennis as well. I can't thank the Recreation Department and the Department of Public Works for their diligent work out there. Yes, there is more work to be done. Yes, we're on it, but again, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the positive things that are already being done in that park and other parks in our wards as well. Great job. Also, a little wave here. I'm sorry, Council President, but this little wave is because my grandson, who is in South Carolina, doesn't believe it's me, said it doesn't look like me, so I have to wave to him. That ends my report, Council President.
Sir, what did you say your name was? And you are the Zumba instructor, correct?
Good posture, good movement, I do it all.
Thank you, Councilman Brooks. Councilwoman Cosby Hurling.
Yes. You want my report? Or you just want, oh, okay, I just thought you just wanted to say my name. Good evening. So I'm going to give my report. I'm going to be as quick as possible. We had an event this past Saturday, and several of the council members were there. It was a good time, and it's a Let's Move activity that we're doing throughout the city. So we're going to be doing it in as many sections of the city as possible in conjunction with the rest of the members of council. We had a Let's Move event, and we have provided healthy snacks and opportunities for the children to move their body. We did jump rope contests. The children played kickball with a couple of the council members, and they also played basketball, and it was a good day. I mean, it was a time for the children to move their bodies, and then also we gave them information through the Let's Move program for healthier choices of snacks, and we're just going to continue to do that throughout the city. I'm working with the health department too, because they provide education for the daycare centers and what they do in the health department. So it's exciting, it's fun. We also actually are getting medals. So if you go to the city's website, there's some information and a link, so you can see all of the steps that we've made so far as a Let's Move city and town. So thank you, everybody, for your participation, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the events that we're going to do. The next community meeting that we're going to have for the Fifth Ward is Thursday, the 18th of June. It's going to be at 7 o'clock at the Linden Multipurpose Center on John Street, and we're looking for volunteers to come out. We actually have a poetess, and she's looking to have a focus on fathers, and she's interested in having some of her original poetry read. So if anyone's interested, you can contact me, 908-718-7933, and I'll put you in touch with Mrs. Jones, who is one of our neighbors in the Fifth Ward. And if you're interested in participating in the meeting, we're looking forward to hearing from you. The all-city concert is being put on by the Linden Board of Education May 28th, and it's going to be exciting for the children. They're going to be at the Raymond Woodbarrow Promenade. So if you can, come out, support the children. It's the children from all over the city, and I'm looking forward to it because my daughter's playing, so I'm going to be there. I'm all excited. June 1st is School Force Fun Day. Volunteers are welcome. You can contact the school's office to reach out for the school's PTO. The office for School Force 908-486-3286. In the 5th Ward, we have signs that are being replaced periodically. As I drive around, I do see faded signs, stop signs, no parking signs, and things like that. And I welcome calls, because I know like Judy will call me if a light's out, or somebody will call me for something else. I got a call this morning about a small sinkhole. So I want to thank the neighbors for being alert and alerting me as soon as they get the information. We're going to have crosswalks, and of course, we're all looking for safety, pedestrian safety throughout the city. Park Avenue and Dill Avenue, for a number of years, we haven't had a crosswalk there, and it's important because people do want to come to the 5th Ward Park, but people on Park Avenue don't want them to cross because they won't stop. So we're going to put the crosswalks up so it's going to encourage the traffic on Park Avenue to at least stop when there's a pedestrian in the crosswalk. So we're introducing crosswalks at Park Avenue and Dill and Park Avenue and Caroline. We're going to repaint some of the faded ones on Cranford Avenue and on Chandler Avenue. And Park Avenue Bridge was finally done, yay! And we're going to put the left turn only on the north and southbound sides. So we're going to go back to left turn only because the traffic is a mess there. So we're going to get our arrows painted back on the ground. I am going to be meeting with Pastor Pam Jones, and we're looking to get a service project in the form of a garden, a community garden, and she already has 2 gardens in the city of Linden, and we're looking to do one in the 5th Ward. So that's a project for some of the children in town. It's also one of the components of the Let's Move Citizen Towns to get children interested in the food that they're eating. They can even grow their own vegetables. I'm also meeting with the 4Cs organization and United Way in the next 2 weeks so that we can discuss what our needs are for the after-school programming. It hasn't gone away. It's just a matter of getting the right people in the room together so we can get all the information. We have applied for grants, actually, for after-school programs. And we're partnering with the United Way. So we're looking to see what kind of funds we can get to offset the cost for a much-needed program here in Linden. Fundraiser announcement, June 4th, the 5th Ward Club is having a fundraiser. It's a bowling fundraiser, 2 games of bowling, $20 per person, and you also get refreshments and fun. If you want a ticket, you can call Pat, 908-925-2523. If you want to participate, it's Thursday, June the 4th. We also have an opening for the Housing Authority Commissioner. If you're interested, there's a volunteer form you can get from the clerk's office, and you can, put in the information, and you can apply to be a commissioner, which is a volunteer position for the Housing Authority. And lastly, wait, let me make sure it is the last one. We have primary election June 2nd, and you can vote tomorrow if you wanted to. If anyone's interested in having assistance in voting in the primary election, give us a call, give me a call, and we can help you if you wanted to get a vote by mail application. Again, my number is 908-718-7933, or you can reach me at the city email. And before I forget, because I just looked at Councilman Brooks, from the DPW committee, we are looking at having the one-armed trucks in the 4th Ward by January 1st. And the acting director now is planning to schedule the maintenance of the trucks so that we can incorporate some more territory in collecting the trash with the one-armed garbage truck before we even get another one, just for more efficiency. And the residents of the 4th Ward, it's not far from parts of the 8th and the 5th where we're already doing, and they finish quite early. So we're looking to maximize our efficiency with the one-armed truck. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cosby Hurling.
Oh, you're welcome.
I should apologize. My phone went off while the councilwoman was speaking. Well, the municipal deputy clerk took my phone away already. Yeah, so I should apologize for that. I forgot to turn it off. Councilwoman Yamakaitis?
Thank you, Council President. From the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected a total of $3,842.25 for the month of April 2015. The ambulance reimbursement systems collected a total of $55,137.84 for the month of April, making the total deposits to date for 2015 $212,881.58. The Fire Department also partnered with the American Red Cross and did a smoke detector installation in the 5th Ward and parts of the 8th. We're still continuing with that program. They are planning on hitting the 8th Ward again in July. I don't have a date, but we'll let you know as soon as we get it. It's a great program, so we'll make sure you know about it. This way, when you see the firemen walking around, they will install them for you and everything. So it's a great program. We'll give you more information as we get it. From the Health Department, the rabies vaccinations program will be held on the following dates. The afternoons from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on June 1st, Monday, which is at the Firehouse number 3 at East Elizabeth and Chandler Avenues. On June 2nd, which is a Tuesday, it's going to be at Firehouse number 2, which is West St. George's Avenue and DeWitt Terrace. And they're also going to have evenings available on June 10th, which is a Wednesday, at Firehouse number 1, which is on Southwood Avenue. Dogs and cats can receive the vaccine, and dog licenses will also be available to purchase after you get your dog vaccinated. So it's a one-stop shop. Please come out, get it done. And also, the Associated Humane Society low-cost spay and neuter van will be alongside City Hall parking garage on the following date, Thursday, June 11th. You have to call Associated Humane for appointments or other information. Their number is 973-824-7080. Or you could call the Health Department at 474-8409 for any information regarding these programs. For the 8th Ward report, I want to say hallelujah. The Park Avenue Bridge is done. It is paint. The stripes are on. It's so much better going over. And we also had the intersection done by the White Castle and 1 and 9. It was horrible with all the potholes. So it not only affects the 8th Ward, but I know many residents throughout the city and other neighboring towns. It was horrible. So I'd just like to thank everyone who was involved to help get that put on as an addition with the project. So our next on the agenda is Linden Avenue, which will be going out to bid this summer. Also, on tonight's agenda, we have resolution number 4, awarding a contract for the repaving of Chandler Avenue this summer. These funds were allocated last year. It went out to bid. The bids came in very high, so they decided they were going to hold off and bid it this year. I had requested we pave the entire Chandler Avenue in the 8th Ward from East Henry to Elizabeth Avenue, but due to fundings, unfortunately, we're only going from East Henry to East Blanky in this shot, but I will continue. Next time it comes into the 8th Ward for selection, I will put it in for the rest. I guess it's better half done. It's horrible, what's, the potholes, but better we get half done than nothing, so we will continue with that. We also received funds under the Community Development Grant for the repaving of McGilvery Place from Greer Avenue to Route 109. This project will be done in the upcoming fall. Chairman Brooks had mentioned during his report that some wonderful things are happening in our recreation department. As he mentioned his park, we also have McGilvery Park is almost done. We have a delay with the pad for underneath the jungle gym, so the park is still presently closed. As soon as I get a date, I will let you know. I know the kids are eagerly awaiting this, as well as I am, to get this park done, and then they will be on to Bachelor Park to start work there. I also want to make mention that the 2015 free spring playgrounds are open. A park director is on duty from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. The parks in the 8th Ward are Dorothy Ford, or the former St. Mark's Park, and Milkowski Park. Just so all parents will know, we're still offering the free playground programs during the summer months. In my ward, same thing, it would be Dorothy Ford Park and Milkowski Park will be open. So please, we need the children to participate. Come on out, get them outside, as Councilwoman Cosby Hurlin said. Let's get them moving, okay? Any information you need on our park programs is available on the city website under the Public Property Recreation tabs. I'm also getting many calls for trees to be trimmed. I have some still from last year that were submitted but not trimmed. We will be getting to them. If you need any tree trims, I know now we can see which trees are dead. Please call me. I've been going around the ward and compiling a list of new ones also that need to be addressed. Public Works is a little bit delayed. They've been, moving crews around to help. They're multitasking to fill potholes. They're pulling the tree crews, the sewer crews. So we had a major problem, as all you're aware, in the city with the potholes this year, but they are getting back on track, so the trees will be getting addressed. If you have a tree, as Councilman Byers said, the telephone numbers are on TV. My number is 925-2309. And I just want to mention also, if you would like to have a tree planted, please email your councilman or call them. I also want to just take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day weekend. If you have an opportunity, don't forget to thank a veteran for giving of themselves so freely and sometimes making the ultimate sacrifice to ensure the freedoms that we take so granted. So for all the veterans, if there's anyone in the audience or anyone listening, I want to say thank you for all that you do. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Yemekaitis. A question on the rabies, will that be posted on the website?
Yes, it will be.
Thank you. Councilwoman Hickey?
Thank you, Council President. Just a few things with the nice weather that's here now. Of course, I've been receiving a lot of phone calls regarding potholes, trees, tree trimming. I have been keeping a list, handing them all in. We're trying to get most of them done, but there is a whole city to worry about, so I don't want to be too greedy either. So I do want to thank Public Works and Public Property for cleaning up Alcala Park and taking care of some of our needs that have we've needed done. The potholes, I think they've taken care of a lot of the major ones. There's still a few we're working on, so please just hang in there and be patient. They're trying. If there are any homes that you notice, I do drive around the ward often, that the grass is getting too long or it might be an abandoned home, please let me know. I've had a couple phone calls the past day, and I will make sure that these houses are taken care of and groomed as well. I just want to congratulate also Ellie Barbich. She's a wonderful lady, and I can't believe all the things that she's done in the city, and I'm really happy for her and her nice words that she mentioned tonight. Relay for Life on Saturday, June 6th. There's one group going called the Corona Girls for Jackie Frangella. If anybody's interested in being part of the team, there's many things on Facebook, or you can go online to Relay for Life, and the name of that group is Corona Girls. The second one is in memory of Mark Evan. The team name is the Remarkables. That one's going to be held in Clark on June 13th. So if anybody's interested in participating in that one as well, you can contact me, or and I can forward you the information of people who are running the teams. On June 20th, the SID committee is having a summer kickoff festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. They're having bands, many bands. One of their main features is Rob Bass, if anyone knows him. Supposedly he's very popular. And also there'll be several comedians, including Rick Voss. They will be having 3 different sports guys. The one I don't know, I'm not really a big sports fan, but Dwight Gooden, I know his name. They will be there signing autographs. There will be a fee to be charged, but they will be signing autographs and doing pictures. We also have Stephen Baker and Stefan Matto, a hockey player. There'll be ride, food vendors, and also a beverage tent. And it should be a great day with a lot of, you could come there, come back. They'll be selling wristbands for the rides as well. And I would just like to
let anybody know. My cell phone number is 908-347-4548. You can call me or text me, and I hope everyone has a very safe and happy Memorial Day weekend, and I, too, would like to thank the veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hickey. I've been giving a report for Councilman Medina for the 9th Ward. It states, the Friends of the Linden Library have been extremely active, and they're working hard to bring in programs for the community. They are also in need of volunteers. Remember the word, I'm going to bring it up on my report. If you're interested in assisting or would like more information about the organization, please email friends@lindenpl.org. That is friends@lindenpl.org. I guess you can see it on the bottom of the TV? No? Just phone numbers? Okay. Okay. WAX to Read is a new program that begins this month. This is a program where children can read to a therapy dog for about 5 to 10 minutes. That should be interesting. It allows children to practice the skill of reading. Children are more relaxed when reading to a dog than to an adult, especially those who have difficulty with the reading skills. This is a limited seating program and requires registration. The next program is June 17th. Never heard of that. Sounds very interesting. Something that anybody who has young kids should look into. Friday, May 29th at 1 p.m., the library will be showing the movie The Best Marigold Hotel. All are welcome to attend. Saturday, May 30th, is the library's Spider-Man event. Beginning at 12 noon, face painting and a special guest will be at the library. I guess special guest might be Spider-Man. At 1 p.m., oh, somebody said, you know? Oh, Spider-Man is coming to town. At 1 p.m., they will be showing a Spider-Man movie. Do you know which movie? Okay. All right, we got half an answer. Tickets are free, but you must register for the event at the circulation desk prior to the day of the event. June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, the Friends of the Linden Library will be holding their monthly restaurant fundraiser at Lunwa at the Roselle Shopping Center. A flyer is needed and can be picked up at the library or printed from the library's Facebook page. A percentage of your order will be donated to the Friends so that they can continue to bring programs to the library. Wednesday, June 10th, at 4 p.m., will begin the new Lego Club. The club will meet every month for Linden children ages 5 to 18. I like Lego, but I'm too old. Library, I guess. That's what I said. Yes. Yes, library. Make your own Lego. Lego? Or? I said it right? We're in trouble now. Okay. Now I lost my train of thought. Here we go. Okay. Make your own Lego creation, and it will be displayed in the library for a month until the next meeting. No registration is required. For all those of you who are into building and Legos, I don't know if anybody here has a kid that is, there is some, you are? One of you? Oh, you're going to be there? You can do marvelous things with Legos. It's excellent, it's therapeutical, especially when you throw it at your siblings. Okay, Saturday, June 13th, the Friends will host their first family photo session. Lara Elizabeth Photography, located in Linden, has graciously donated her talent to help the Friends of the Linden Library. The photo sessions is half-hour session, and you will receive all digital pictures via email. The cost is $60, all which are donated to the library. Please call 551-404-8567. That's a phone number. You should see it at the bottom of the TV. Right, Ms. Cosby? No.
They don't do that.
And reserve your spot as sessions are limited. Again, $60 will be donated to the library for a picture section for all the family. The number is 551-404-8567. There will also be a few bus trips Saturday, July 18th to Mount Airy Casino Resort in Mount Pocono, Saturday, September 12th to Atlantic City, Saturday, October 10th to Sands Casino in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. All tickets are $40. You can contact Don Viviano at 908-494-8656 to reserve your seat. That will be Dawn at 908-494-8656. That concludes the Ninth Ward report for the library. Now I have one of my own. First, I would like to start by stating that being here in this position up here, we always get criticized, and it's understandable. I do take criticism, and anybody who ever wants to say something bad or good, pull me aside. I always listen. But this thing with Facebook, and it's really going crazy. And I showed up here last time for the Boy Scouts with a red nose. And this is the red nose. What people didn't realize is that there's going to be a Red Nose Day. And this is a campaign that's dedicated to raising money for children and young people living in poverty by simply having fun and making people laugh. That's basically a description of me. I love kids, I help kids, and I'm always laughing. I believe you have to enjoy life. If you don't enjoy life, then you're going to miss on a lot. But this Red Nose Days is the inaugural Red Nose Day will be held in the U.S. on May 21st, 2015. People across the country will come together to have fun and raise funds and awareness. The day's events will culminate in a 3-hour entertainment TV special on NBC, featuring the country's favorite comedians, musicians, and Hollywood stars. It's a show that no one should miss. It's about the kids. And this little red nose, which does put smile on a lot of people, is about raising money. Okay, and I'm a happy person, and yes, I will come here and bring a red nose every day if I need to. The other thing I want to bring up is at the Linden website, if you go into the first page on the right side, halfway down, there's a little square that says Citizen Leadership. You click that, that will take you to a page where you can sign up and volunteer for certain boards. But it's not just certain boards, and I want to see if I can have it change. We need volunteers for a lot of things. We need volunteers for the kids with the sports. We need for different fundraisers. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that they want to volunteer, they want to help out. They just don't know how to go about it. So pass the word around. Let's get more people to get involved, and that's what I want to do. I want to bring the word out there, because it's just a small group of out of the 41,000 of us that know what's going on. And I'm going to do whatever I can to get the word out there. So if you want to volunteer for anything, and we always need volunteers, is go to the website, and there's a section on the right side, halfway through the bottom, called Citizen Leadership. You click that and just fill in the form. The form will go to the clerk. As I mentioned, I try to reach people for anything that's possible. Volunteers, things that need to be done, or just to be educated about what the government is all about. So I'm going to try something. I try Facebook, but that only reaches the 40s, 50-year-olds. Anything after that, we have to send a newspaper or a flyer. And the younger kids are now in Twitter. And it took me a while to learn Twitter, but I'm there. So what I'm going to do, there is a little rumor, a little sighting of Bigfoot out there in Linden. And what I'm going to be offering is $50 reward for anybody who can get me a picture of Bigfoot. Now, don't get confused Bigfoot with Big Feet. He works in the personnel office, right? No. Now, since I know who Bigfoot is, I'm going to be tweeting out there where he's going to be. Like that, there will be no Photoshops allowed, and there will be nobody dressing up. This is the real Bigfoot. If you want to follow me on my Twitter, is @Coach George A. Georgeacoach, George A. And the first person that can get the picture of Bigfoot in Linden, I will give them $50 reward, but the picture has to be sent to coachgeorgea@gmail.com. I will get this into the website, I will put it on Facebook, I will start Twittering, and we will get it out there. Something that I started when I was in the Board of Ed, and I got a lot of kids involved. Now I want to do the same thing for the older teenagers, the 20-somethings. And once they start following me, maybe we can start getting more out there for people to know. So, give me a picture of the big hairy guy, $50 reward. And if you want to know where he is, at Coach George A., and you can send a picture to coachgeorgea@gmail.com. And last but not least, I want to wish everybody happy Memorial Day. It's, for me, it's personal. When I was in the military, I had some friends that were in Lebanon, and I didn't see him again after that. There was a couple of Marines that lost their lives. And Memorial Day is about remembering them. Remember the people, the men and the women who go out there to make it possible for you to be able to congregate here and speak your mind. So reach out to a veteran, say thank you, give him a hug, give him a kiss, and tell them that we're here for them. And hopefully we can bring all our veterans home. That concludes my report, Council President. That's what they all say. Now let's go into resolutions. Resolution 2015-205 through 2015-226. Does anybody want to speak on them? Yes, ma'am. 224. That's it? Okay. 224. 224? 224 going once, 224 going twice? No one else? Any numbers? Okay.
Let it go.
Can I please have a motion for 2015-205 through 2015-226, excluding 2015-224, please?
Council President, I move for approval of resolutions 2015-205 through 2015-226, with the exception of 2015-224, and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Kalbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Alvarez?
Yes. Let's start. Would you like to come up, please?
Diane Wolverding, 6th Ward. I'm seeing that they're doing work on it. They got rid of the front door, they bricked it up, they're putting in nice windows. I was wondering who's been working on it, and did somebody buy it? What's happening to it?
Council President. Oh, I'm sitting.
Sure. Thank you, Council President. Yeah, the Capadaglia, the developers, is pulled permits to make renovations to the firehouse station. That's what you see, it's going on right now.
Do they own it, or does the city still own it?
The city still owns it. We have a license agreement with them. It's at their cost that they're making renovations to our building.
Because I'm hoping that we'll really use it for something and not knock it down, because we don't have too many historical buildings left, and it is one of the originals there on Wood Avenue. And they are fixing up nice, and, it could be a food bank or store historical stuff there or whatever, but I was happy to see what was going on there.
Thank you. Okay, okay. Ms. Williams?
Good evening, everyone. Jacqueline Williams. I'm not sure, who was that just answered the question? The question of...
Danny Antonelli.
Okay. I'm a little bit confused, and I'm hoping that you can help clarify some things, because I just sat in on the planning board meeting a few weeks ago, and the presentation that Mr. Ricky did, who is the city planner, basically gave a presentation telling how dilapidated this building was and how it basically qualifies to be torn down, and it qualifies the city to deem this as a block, which in my opinion is just a piece of property that they're saying is in need of redevelopment. So can you, before I make my comments about this, can you just clarify, are they going to fix this up or are they going to tear it down?
Danny?
Sure. It's my understanding that permits were just recently pulled to allow work to, renovations to begin on that building. I'm obviously not aware of what was said at the planning board meeting, but I could tell you permits were pulled and renovations are, have commenced.
Okay, because it was my understanding from attending the planning board meetings and from serving on the planning board that there were, how can I say, potential plans being made to have that turned into some type of parking lot. And there was some discussion that went on back and forth, and Mr. Verchek is on the planning board, so he might know a little bit better and could probably comment with the council president's permission as to what's really going on with this property, because we're under the impression that the developer basically is seeking to purchase this property or acquire this property some kind of way, and wants to turn it into something else, which is like an empty lot, which means that this building is looking to be torn down. So I would appreciate clarification about that.
Mr. Vorcha, can you please answer that?
The purpose of the meeting was to determine if it was an area in need of redevelopment, otherwise known as a blighted area. We determined it was based on the planner's report. Anything to do with the future of the building is up to council, and the planning board just did their job and recommended it.
Ms. Williams, the building is not going to be torn down.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Can I have a motion, please?
Council President, I move for approval of Resolution 2015-224 and request a second.
Second?
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
No.
Brooks?
Yes.
Crosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. Ordinances first reading. The first ordinance number would be 59-26. Mr. Border, can you please read it?
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $55,000 for the acquisition of computer equipment for the Finance Department and authorizing the issuance of $52,250 in bonds or notes to finance part of the appropriation.
Mr. Burdick, your voice changed. Is there any comments on this? First, who has a cell phone that's on? No, mine's off. I already got in trouble. Any questions, any comments on this ordinance? Please.
My only question and comment is, I don't have a problem with the purchase of the new computers, but I know that when when the city, I should say, went out and purchased new computer equipment for the police department, that there was a whole big issue to where the software was not compatible with the computers, and I don't know, but it was a big mess, and we had to end up bonding out more money, and it ended up being about $1 to $2 million more than what was initially presented. So this computer equipment, is it compatible with the software that the finance department is using currently, or will we eventually have to spend more money to upgrade or update or get new software as well?
Ms. Williams, we're introducing the ordinance. You can make comments, but no questions.
I understand, but it's just something to consider.
Okay,
Thank you.
yes, thank you. May I have, can I have a motion to introduce the ordinance, please?
I make a motion for the introduction of ordinance 59-26 and ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Colobus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. 5927,
Bond ordinance authorizing the acquisition of various items of capital equipment for the Public Properties Department and appropriating $271,700 and authorizing the issuance of $258,115 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost.
does anybody have any comments in this ordinance, in the introduction of this ordinance? Can I have a motion, please?
Council President, I make a motion for bond ordinance 5927 be accepted and call for a second.
Second.
Mr. Colobus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yes.
Yemakaitis? Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. Ordinance 59-28, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-12, Parking Time Limited, shall be amended as follows. Add to Section 7-12.1, 15-minute parking, Southwood Avenue, the east side from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Any questions from the public? May I have a motion, please?
Council President, I move that ordinance 5928 be accepted and call for a second.
Second.
Mr. Colobus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
No.
Was that a no?
No.
Yes.
Yemakaitis? Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. At this time, we're going comments from the members of the public in attendance on city business only. No personal, political, derogatory comments. It will not exceed 5 minutes. I have a list here. Is there anybody else that wants to sign up on the list? Going once, going twice? Okay. Can we start with Ms. Margot, please? Just give me a minute. I have to turn my cell phone on and find my stopwatch. And I can't. Okay,
I can start?
yes.
Thanks, Peter. Good evening, everyone, council president. I'm just really here because I know that you mentioned about volunteers, and many times throughout, I've been to these council meetings, and I've been one of them to come up with negative and complaining about something and not liking something being done. Well, I am going to state today that I have to really compliment the chief, his fire, the police department, and also a public property worker. I believe that's what it is. I know I cannot mention their names because they are city employees, but Folis had their tricky tray on April 18th, and the gentleman that was working in JTG Center was very helpful, very polite. He couldn't do enough for us. He ran ragged, just as we were running ragged, and I really, truly appreciate it. And Folis, I am an executive committee member of Folis, so we composed a nice little thing to put into his jacket, because people forget, and I wanted to make sure I didn't forget. And as far as with the police department, they kept coming in to making sure the place was packed. I thank the residents also for coming out, not just Linden, Clark, Rawley, from all over. We had people there, and everyone was so pleasant, and we had a really good night, and the animals really did win that night. And I have to appreciate everybody who did come out and support the Tricky Tray for Folis. But there was a captain who was very involved in helping me and making sure that we have security there, and also working at the end and escorting with the money and everything else that we had collected, escorting our workers to a place to put the money, which was wonderful. So Chief, thank you again. I know I worked with you on this prior, and it was wonderful, and I have to thank everyone again for all the help. Who can I give these 2 letters to make sure it goes into their jacket? And I have something for the minutes I'd like to put in.
I will take him, give him to the clerk.
Thank you.
Ms. Margot, can you please just let everybody know FOLAS is about the Friends of Linden Animals?
FOLAS is the Friends of Linden Animal Shelter. We were no part at any time part of Linden Animal Control, but we did take in animals. We are currently taking in animals from North Humane Society, and we adopt them out. We're an adoption agency. It's not, we just don't take them in, and we try to get them all homes, and that's what we're working with North Humane for doing that, plus other shelters. It's not just North Humane. It was never just even Linden Animal Shelter. It's all shelters. We go to Perth Amboy. We go to, we have one woman, her name is Kathy, and she does a lot of work with the cats, and she goes out to different shelters. They'll call her up, Elizabeth Shelter. We'll go get something from over there. And it's just, no one, not the executive committee, no board member, no one gets paid of any nature. If anything, we donate our money and our time, along with people from other corporations are coming in and helping us and trying to get the animals and making it a better place for them.
Thank you very much. Ms. Williams?
Good evening again, everyone. I have a question regarding the proper procedure and protocol for issuing tax waivers, subordinations, or deferments when it comes to delinquent taxes for residents or business owners. Can someone please let me know what that procedure is?
You will have to get in touch with the tax office, and she's in conference until Friday. So if you can give her a call.
Okay, but
Will be Stacy.
okay, typically, doesn't the city council put resolutions forward to be voted on regarding
Excuse me a minute.
taxes?
Excuse me 1 minute.
That's the chief.
Chief,
Take his phone.
can I have him arrested? He can't hear me. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me, okay, sorry, continue.
That's okay. Typically, doesn't the city council put forward resolutions regarding property taxes?
That would be at the request of the tax collector.
Okay, well, let me say this. About a month ago, I sent an email to each and every one of you regarding a situation with the planning board. Many of you know that I have been on the planning board, I believe it's going on 2 years now, and no one had actually responded to that notification. I had also sent a letter to the city clerk asking him to make my letter and the documents provided public. I'm not sure if that was actually read during his council meeting, but I would like to make a comment today because, well, first let me give you the opportunity to say whether or not you wish to comment on it.
Council President.
Okay.
No, just say what you got to say,
No one
ma'am.
wishes to comment on it. So I'm assuming that you all have received some type of orders not to comment on this particular situation, and then just so the public will know, this is in regards to Mayor Armstead illegally removing me from the planning
Okay,
board.
let me stop you right here now, please.
No, this, I do have.
No, ma'am.
I do have the right to address, and I've only spoken for 3
Well,
minutes.
yes,
No,
only 3 minutes.
Okay.
Let me tell you this very
can
simply,
speak.
ma'am.
Okay. Again, I assume you all were ordered not to comment because you know that what was done was illegal. Not only was it illegal, it was a form of harassment. And the
Ms.
reason
Williams,
being, and the reason
please.
being is because according to the state of New Jersey, the planning board officials is considered to be a Title IV position, which comes with a 4-year term. And unless the city of Linden has a written ordinance deeming that term to be shorter than the 4 years required by the state, then no one in this council has the legal authority to remove anyone from the planning board. So I wrote a letter that the city has chosen to ignore, the mayor has chosen to ignore. I went to the planning board meeting, and once again, I was denied the opportunity to take my seat. Which, you know, if a term is up, the term is up. The mayor does have the right to make appointments, but the mayor also has a legal obligation to abide by the law, and that's the only thing that I'm asking. So in regards to that, I'm not sure whether or not you all plan to address this situation. If not, then I'll just take it up and file a legal claim with the state of New Jersey. I was hoping to avoid a legal lawsuit or going through a legal process costing the taxpayers money, because this is something that can be rectified here in the city. So I hope that you all would reconsider ignoring my emails and ignoring this situation, because, you know, to remove someone because you don't like the way that they vote is a form of harassment. And so, again, I would appreciate if you all would respond, and I will give you another 7 days. If not, then I'll just file a claim with the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Ms. Antonelli?
Thank you, Council President. First of all, my recommendation that the council not comment with regard to the issue now that there's a potential threat of litigation against the city of Linden. Notwithstanding the potential litigation, it's my understanding that Ms. Williams' term expired and the mayor appointed someone to replace Ms. Williams. There was nothing wrong, nothing illegal, nothing improper that was done by the mayor. His actions were proper, and that's my understanding of the situation.
Thank you, Mr. Antonelli. Can we have Henry Mack, please?
Mr. President of City Council, I find the mayor absent in his seat, and I ask you for 3 seconds, please, if you will. Thank you. Mr. President of City Council, I find the absence of the mayor, and so I will have to go directly to the municipality attorney at law. We respectfully appear before you, Mr. President, Mr. Attorney at law, and the Chief of Police. I have been granted permission on behalf of Councilman Mountie Brooks to speak to the city of Linden, if you will. Mr. President of City Council, in numerous of conversations with humanity, please take note, and I want to say with that note, I want to apologize to any and everybody on the presence of my voice. If I say anything that offend anyone, I don't want to apologize. I want to apologize now. Not now, but right now. I apologize to you if I offend anyone. On behalf of the peoples, be advised, I said on behalf of the peoples, have asked me, would I please stop by here, if you will, Mr. President of City Council, because of their inability to get here, because of some inabilities that they have. They asked me, would I stop by here and speak to you honorable peoples about some of their concerns, if you will. First and foremost, they asked me to bring to the mayor and the president of the city council that they are very impressed with reasonable, watch the language, reasonable and logical conversations. But what disturbed me about the people disturbed me. That they had to ask me, what do I think about A, B, C? And I respectfully submitted to them that I have no comments because I am one individual, but they asked me to come down here and talk to you about something that is bugging their mind. Watch what I said. It's bugging their mind. And that is what is bugging their mind. I respectfully submit to you, honorable peoples. They tell me that a house that is divided cannot stand. They continue to ask me about unity of the city of Linden. This is one Linden, one city council. Did you hear what I said? I'm gonna say it one more time. One Linden, one city council. And you represent, I'm talking to you now, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You represent the peoples. And the peoples has asked me to respectfully appear before you and respectfully ask you unity amongst humanity. Unity. I'm talking to you, council, and president of city council. The mayor is not here. I'm talking to you and city council. On behalf of the peoples. I'm talking to you. They are not comfortable with. Most of you are married. But if you don't trust your husband, watch the language. And you don't trust your wife, watch the language. Then unity has been respectfully destroyed. I respectfully submit. Don't make a mistake, you honorable peoples. They sent you up here, they'll send you out of here. Don't disrespect unity amongst yourselves. And that should be the end of the story. Watch what I said. Unity, starting from the president of city council to the mayor, according to the book. I didn't say it, it's written in the book. If I am lifted up, we have lifted up the mayor, we have lifted you up. City council, you respectfully obey the people. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, sir, and I do agree with you, and we will try to maintain together and work together.
Council President. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Presently, I need a motion to close the public section of the public speaking. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
That was Councilman Brown. I'll second that.
Roll call.
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Dyer?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes, but we get to speak right after this.
Yamakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. At this moment, I will give all the council people 1 minute, no more to speak. And there will be no more comments after that. Councilman Calabas?
I want to say hello to my daughters, Ava, Juliana, and Samantha, my wife at home. Thank you.
Can you wave, make sure that they know it's you?
I hope they're not up, but they are. Go to sleep.
Thank you. Councilman Byer?
I have nothing to say.
Thank you. Councilman Brown?
Good night.
Oh, thank you, sir. Councilman Brooks?
No, nothing further.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Cosby Hurling?
Thank you. So I agree with Mr. Mack, and it's right. We are working towards unity here, but it's funny that your comments came after Ms. Williams' comments. And to your issue, I acknowledge the email, and you know it is what it is. But no one orders us to do anything. We go on the advice of our council for certain reasons. But all I'm going to say is karma. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Councilman Yamakaitis? Councilwoman Yamakaitis?
Thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to Mr. Mack for his inspiring speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Hickey?
Same, Mr. Mack, thank you. I like those words, very nice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mack. Great words. Thank you, everybody.
Motion to close?
Yes. The following council meetings will be as follows. Council conference meeting Monday, June 15, 2015 at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting, Tuesday, June 16, 2015 at 6 p.m. in council conference room, City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. Council meeting Tuesday, June 16, 2015 at 7 p.m. in the council chamber, City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. Can I have a motion for an adjournment?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Colbus?
Yes.
Byer?
Yes.
Brown?
Abstain.
Brooks?
Yes.
Cosby Hurling?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes, and everybody have a happy Memorial Weekend.